Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the legislative heart of the world's largest democracy, the Indian Parliament. I mean, just think about that for a second. How do you even begin to make laws for a country that vast and that diverse? It's a massive question, right? Well, it takes a really complex and carefully designed system. So let's dive in and see how India pulls it off. All right, before we jump right into the parliament building itself, we gotta zoom out a bit and look at the big picture. You see, India works under what's called a federal framework, and that just means that power isn't all in one place, it's shared. So what this really means is you've got two layers of government working at the same time. There's the central government, they call it the union government, making laws for the whole country, and then you have all the different state governments, each managing their own regional business. And the engine room for that big central union government, you guessed it, that's the parliament. Okay, so the Indian parliament is what we call bicameral. It's a fancy word, but all it means is that it has two houses, or two chambers. The first one is the Lok Sabha, which literally translates to the House of the People. The best way to think about it is as the finger on the pulse of the nation. It's designed to directly reflect what the citizens are thinking and feeling right now. And when I say it represents the people, I mean a lot of people. It's a huge assembly with a maximum strength of 550 members. Now, 530 of them come from the states, and another 20 come from what are called union territories. So it's this incredible mosaic, really, with representatives from every single corner of India. And this is where you really see that direct link to the people in action. The members, they serve 5-year terms, so they really reflect the current political mood. And get this, you only have to be 25 years old to run for a seat. But the most critical part, every single member is directly elected by the voters. This house is, without a doubt, the most direct voice of the people in the entire government. All right, on to the second house, the Rajya Sabha, or the Council of States. Now, if the Lok Sabha is all about the immediate will of the people, the Rajya Sabha is designed to be a bit different. It's there to provide a more steady, long-term perspective, and, as the name suggests, to represent the interests of the states themselves. It's a smaller house with a maximum of 250 members. And here's where we see a huge difference in how it's formed. 238 of the members are chosen by the elected members of the state legislatures, but the other 12, they're actually nominated by the President of India. These are people who are experts in their field. We're talking art, literature, science, social work, you name it. You can see how its role as a stabilizing force is literally built into its DNA. The term is longer, 6 years. The minimum age is higher, 30, which tends to favor more experience. And here's the kicker. It's a permanent body. It can never be dissolved. 1/3 of its members retire every 2 years, which creates this staggered, continuous cycle. It ensures that even if a government collapses, there's always a legislative body in place, preventing a total power vacuum. Okay, so we've got our two houses. We know who they are. But how do they actually get things done? What are the actual rules of the game? Let's open up the parliamentary playbook. Well, first off, Parliament isn't in session 24/7. The work is packed into 3 main periods each year. Things kick off with the big one, the budget session. This is where they decide all the money stuff for the year ahead. After a break, they come back for the monsoon session, and then they wrap up the year's business in the winter session. Okay, here's a really important rule you need to know. For any official business to even happen, you need what's called a quorum. This just means a minimum number of members have to be physically present. For the Indian Parliament, that number is 1/10 of the House's total strength. So for the Lok Sabha, you need at least 55 members in the room for anything to count. Simple as that. No quorum, no work gets done. So how does a simple idea actually become the law of the land? Well, it's a journey. It all starts as a bill. This proposed law gets introduced in one of the houses. It's debated, discussed, and then voted on. If it passes, it's not done yet. It then goes over to the other house to go through the exact same process. And only if both houses agree on the final version does it go to the president for a signature. That final signature, or assent, is what officially turns the bill into a law. But what happens if the two houses just can't agree? They hit a deadlock on a bill. Well, there's a special move for that, a joint session. This is where both houses literally come together in one giant room and vote as a single body. Now, because the Lok Sabha has more than twice as many members as the Rajya Sabha, its side of the argument usually wins in a joint vote. Okay, and this is a really crucial point. These two houses are not just carbon copies of each other, not at all. each one has its own unique set of powers. And that creates this incredible balancing act at the heart of the system. Now, this might be the Lok Sabha's ultimate power move. It's called a no-confidence motion. Only the Lok Sabha can introduce this. And if a majority of its members vote in favor of it, it basically proves the government has lost the support of the House, and by extension, the people. When that happens, the Prime Minister and the entire cabinet have to resign. It's a huge deal, and it's the ultimate tool for holding the government accountable. So let's put it all together. You can really see that balance of power right here. On one side, you have the Lok Sabha. It controls the nation's wallet. Any law about taxes or spending has to start there. And, as we saw, it holds that ultimate power to bring down a government. On the other hand, the Rajya Sabha is the guardian of the state's interests. It has the special power to authorize the central government to make laws on state subjects, and it can create new All India civil services. It's a really carefully crafted equilibrium. And really, it all comes back to this idea, which is summed up perfectly in this quote. This two-house system is a very deliberate design. One house is there to channel the immediate, popular will of the people, while the other is there to protect the rights of the states and provide long-term stability. The goal of it all? A more thoughtful, balanced, and stronger lawmaking process for the entire nation. And that really leaves us with a big question to chew on, doesn't it? The whole system is built on this constant push and pull between these two ideas. Is it more important to follow the immediate will of the people, or to take the long, steady view that protects the states? There's no easy answer, and that very balance is what defines the Parliament's ongoing work. Thanks for tuning in.